Welcome into a very special boxing scene today. When you talk about the success of ProBox TV fighters, one of the top names, Angelo Leo, two-time world champion, won his title last year in a knockout of the year contender, has a big fight coming up in Japan. Watch it right here on ProBox TV. Jimmy Smith alongside the champs, Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi, joined by Angelo Leo in Japan. First thing I have to ask you, man, how has this last year been, winning that second world title, doing it by knockout? What's this roller coaster been like for you, man?
It's been great, just taking it all in and taking the championship status. It's been a dream come true, to be honest.
How have you been received in Japan so far, Angelo? How's training coming along? The adapting to the time zone and all that other good stuff that comes with traveling with a fight.
Yeah, it's going great. We decided to get here a little earlier than expected, and I'm adapting really well to the time change. We got here actually, I want to say like about a week ago, and I feel good. I'm adapting good. The time change is not a problem anymore, and I'm being received really well out here in Japan. A lot of people are taking pictures with me. All the boxing fans and the Japanese media are, they're really enjoying my presence out here.
What gym are you training at?
Right now we are training at we were training at Kaneko Boxing Gym, but now we're at undisclosed location.
all right. Parts unknown.
Yes. Angelo,
yeah, right.
Angelo, it's really good that you got out there early. That's actually one of the mistakes that I made when I fought overseas over in Macau when I fought Pacquiao. But listen, you prepared really well for your championship fight against Van Aldo, with the high elevation. So you guys have been really smart about that. Question: since I've done this, did you bring sparring partners, or are you finding guys out there to work with?
Yeah, we brought our sparring partners out here. I got two really good fighters, prospects out here. So there's no doubt we didn't want nothing to be leaked or anything like that. So we made sure we brought everything stayed in house.
How about the food? How has the food situation been for you, adapting to the different cuisine and what's available?
Yeah, the food actually here in Japan is very quality. It's very good quality food. So I'm eating, pretty much not whatever, but I'm eating really good. And I'm not gaining no weight. I'm actually maintaining my weight pretty well. I'm holding my weight well, and I'm actually right on weight.
Yeah, I saw some of those posts. I was like, man, this guy's eating out there.
Like a king, man, like a king in Japan.
Sicily exports fish to Japan, so our fish gets exported to Japan for the sushi.
There you go.
Imagine. They get our fish.
Love it. So let's.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Paulie knows all that stuff. So Tomoki Kameda, your opponent in this fight, very, very experienced, man, but exciting. Has a style that's very entertaining for the fans. What's your thought about him as an opponent, man?
Yeah, I can't take nothing away from him. He's an ex-world champion. We have some history in the past, sparring him at Mayweather Boxing Club. And he's a good fighter. But I know I got the goods to beat him.
All right, Angelo, you gave us a tease. What's up with that sparring session? How many sparring sessions did you do?
When was it?
What was it?
We want details, buddy.
And
Tomoki
is a colorful guy. So was there trash talking? Was it? You can't just give us that tease.
Well, I think we sparred in 2021, and then we sparred. The first time was actually in 2018, and then we sparred again in 2021. It was good work. It was I think he was getting ready for a fight, but I think I got the better of him, and you guys will see this time around how easy. Well, not how easy it will be, but how I'll handle it.
No, I like this secretive Angelo Leo, man. Very undercover here,
It's
man.
very art of war. He's very much aware of.
You're in enemy territory, thank you.
Yeah.
Technically, right? So.
And also, like I said, I off air, I was saying I saw you at the Inoue fight in the back. I was running back in between, commentating one of the fights to go to the bathroom. I saw you there, and you had that strap on your shoulder, and you were holding that thing real tight. So I know you're not going over there to give it up.
No, not at all. I'm here to leave Japan with it around my waist. So I'm not taking no for an answer over here.
That's it.
What is it like being a two-time world champion? A lot of people say the first time I won it, man, like, oh man, God, I'm a world champion, kind of wide-eyed, like, man, I don't believe this is happening. Second time, you own it, right? Second time, like, hey, man, I know I'm on this level. I know I deserve to have this title. What is it like? Is there any change winning that second world title? Once again, upper weight class as well.
Yeah, that second world title, I think, was the most significant one because the first one, like I said before, it was during COVID. I wasn't able to appreciate it or really how I wanted to. It was kind of like a bittersweet moment. But this time around, it was everything that I ever wanted. A world title fight in my hometown and knockout of the year. So I couldn't ask for more. And now it's everything I dreamed of as a kid. Now is coming to fruition.
Yeah, champ. I remember the first time that your name was mentioned that you were coming over to ProBox, and I was like, "Ooh, man, that's a good get." And then I say this all the time, on other shows. The very first time I saw you on our air, I'm watching. I'm like, this guy's different. This guy's different than the level of fighters that we've had on ProBox TV.
The Planilla knockout, right?
Planilla knockout. But even before the knockout, I'm watching the way you were operating, and I was like, this guy's a different level. And you were coming off a really long layoff. But, we had the opportunity to interview you leading up to that. You told us about the story about being off but not being out of the gym, and that showed on fight night. And then, you had a couple more fights on ProBox TV. Next thing you know, you're in a title fight on a top-ranked card, which luckily, I got to actually call that fight. So that was one of the, I'll tell you this right now, as a broadcaster, that was one of the most emphatic victories I've ever had to call. Knowing your story, knowing you personally, and seeing how you developed to get to that moment. Then on top of it, obviously, it's knockout of the year. It's a big upset coming from ProBox. So I could feel the emotion in you. So when you said just now that second one meant more even than the first one, I think that's really true for even people watching.
Yeah, man. The second time around, it meant a lot because everything I went through after I lost my first title. It was very hard for me, but at the same time, I was very hungry to prove to the people, to prove to myself that I am at this elite level, and that's exactly what I did on August 10th, 2024.
Angelo, how much Spanish you speak? Because Kameda speaks Spanish. Does he try to talk smack to you in Spanish?
No, he's actually been really respectful in Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I'm pretty almost there.
Oh, okay, good. You guys, I was thinking maybe there's a little.
Paulie likes those spice.
Talk, yeah.
Paulie likes those spice in his fights.
He blew me away when he spoke Spanish. I remember interviewing Kameda years ago when he fought on Showtime. I couldn't believe how good his Spanish was, but then I knew the backstory that he moved to Mexico and whatnot. So I was curious about you guys and the Spanish speaking stuff between you guys.
Yeah. No, for the most part, he's been pretty respectful. We had a press conference the other day, and it was all cordial.
What I'm curious about is the Japanese crowd. We always joke here about being big in Japan. It has become one of the epicenters of the boxing universe. You're traveling overseas. There's going to be a big crowd there. What's the thought of that energy, the crowd, the whole thing of fighting in Japan at this weight class? It's a very popular, exciting fighter. What does that whole package do for you in your career, man?
Oh, it introduces me to a whole new audience, a whole new crowd. Not that the Japanese audience don't know who I am already, but they're gonna know me even more this time around. And they love me out here. It's crazy because I'm getting fans, driving all the way from Osaka to Tokyo to Osaka just to meet me, and it's crazy. They're taking pictures with me. They got pictures already printed, and I'm just signing them off, and it's a good feeling. It's everything that I wished for when I was a kid. I dreamt of this moment.
Yeah, Angelo, the Japanese fan base, Japanese fighting culture, Inoue has spoken about it. He said that the fighters from Japan, from the Far East, they have a warrior spirit to them. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, yeah, that's true. But also the Mexican warrior spirit, that's a whole nother thing. I think it's very similar, which is why it makes sense that you're being so well received over there, on top of the fact that you are very respectful in the way that you carry yourself and you act like a champion. That's going to be really accepted over there, which obviously it is already. In terms of, I know you're being a coy on purpose and being secretive what's going on, but could you peel back the curtain a little bit how this fight came to be? You're a chance to go over there because a lot of fighters, a lot of champions don't want to take a trip into enemy territory, like the champ said. So can you give us a little insight into how this fight came about?
Yeah, so I think from the looks of it, they gave us two names on the table, which was Tomoki Kameda and Arnold K-Guy. One was going to be in Albuquerque, and the second one was going to be here in Japan. And we decided to pick the Japan route just because it was overseas. It'd be a cool experience, and ultimately for the financial reasons, it was a lot more bigger payday, and so I think it was the best move for my career.
Prize fighter, right, Paulie?
He was
Prize fighter. And K Guy has a difficult style on TV, like an unappealing style. It's a little bit, it makes the fight kind of ugly. I think with Kameda, you guys will blend well. It can be entertaining. Not that K Guy's a bad fighter, but you want styles to blend better and blend in a fun way.
Yeah.
But also, you ended up going this route, and K Guy went and took a loss. So you made a really. Obviously, really, in hindsight, it's even a better decision than initially. Yeah, he lost on our network.
Yeah. My last question for you, Angelo. Obviously, you're listening to you the way you're received in Japan, and that culture is amazing. I've been out there. It's for me, it's the coolest place I've ever visited in my life. The fans, the people, are respectful. You're feeling everything you've always wanted to feel and always dreamed of. What a look into the future without overlooking Kameda, because you're in the featherweight division. You're a world champion. Naoya Inoue is always teasing going up to the featherweight division.
The monster's always looming.
Does that linger in the back of your mind? A Japanese return, or just this whole love affair with Japan in general continuing in that way?
Champ, I was staying away from that because I know he's focused on right here, but yeah, we had to bring it up. We had to bring it up. Sorry, Champ.
No, yeah, it's really inevitable because. I've been getting that question a lot. My name has been associated with his name.
Even the press, even the press over there is probably asking you about it, right?
Yeah,
I assume.
Yeah, and they're asking me about Inoue, if I would fight Inoue if he moved up, and I'm all for it. He's pound for pound one of the best fighters, or arguably the best fighter, and that's what I'm in this sport for, is to be the best. And in order to do that, you got to fight the best. So. I'm all for it. If the opportunity arises after Tomoki, I'm all for it.
Well,
one more thing, Angelo. Recently I was saying that Rafa Espinoza was one of my favorite young champions today. But if listening to you right now, saying all the things that I want to hear a champion say, now you are my favorite young champion today. You guys were neck and neck, but now you got it.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Well,
really
we will try, probably unsuccessfully, to be neutral May 24th right here on ProBox TV. Champ, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you, man.
No, of course. Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime. Well, it's going to be right here. That's right. May 24th. Get up early. Breakfast with ProBox TV. We're going to be calling Angelo Leo's title defense in Japan. It's going to be an outstanding fight. Join us here. Find out why millions are watching.